My beautiful Aries, it is your turn for your April 2022 tarot reading. I want to thank each and every one of you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. And I'm truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. And Aries is one of them signs for me that is kind of like a bittersweet. You know, I know of a couple different Aries. You know, and I try to be very objective. I have a very special Aries in my life. And he knows who he is. But without further ado, I am going to get into your general energies, and then we're going to get into your horoscope spread. Okay? So I'm going to draw a few cards here. And I think I'm going to do things slightly different than I've done with the other signs. Similar, but a little bit different. Okay. First is going to be what your guides want to say to you. And then it'll be your reading for the month. Okay. Okay, let's start off here. A lot of Aries right now are going through something. Today is a new moon in Aries. So if you've been feeling really lacking in energy, lacking in motivation, this new moon today should change that. You should be feeling rejuvenated. A little bit more energy. Okay, the first one is we have Merlin, cosmic knowledge. We have Lilith, facing your shadow. And we have Bridget, you are a healer. I'm going to get all your cards here, and then we will get into your actual reading. Okay. I'm going to pull Major Arcana cards. Thank you, Spirit. We have the World card, Capricorn energy. Then we have number 13, that we have the Death card. The Hierophant. Some of you might be trying to heal some sort of connection or some sort of relationship here. And we have the Empress. Wow. Okay. Oh, I dropped some cards. I'll pick those up later. Okay. I am going to get some shadow cards because they're telling me to do this. Triumph over lies. Parasite. This is going to get a little bit deep, Aries. I'm going to tell you that now. Is this me? I don't have room for putting all these decks. Okay, then I am going to get I was trying to figure out what deck did they want me to use. Okay. We have the Justice card. So I feel like you are looking for justice in a situation. Maybe you feel lied to. The High Priestess. And the Two of Wands. Okay. So let's go ahead and dig into this. I went ahead and grabbed to see what cards fell. Only one card fell off my little side table over here. and they said to pick it up. I was going to put it in the deck, and my guide said no, it's going to be part of the reading, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so now with that said, we're starting out with this Merlin card. Merlin card is the energy of the magician. The Merlin has this magical power about himself. Merlin, this is like saying to you, you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have this inner wisdom. He kind of reminds me of maybe a cross between the Magician and the Hermit card. Some of you Aries may be hibernating, may be hidden away. You might be being to yourself, like I'm hearing isolating yourself. Isolating yourself from everybody around you. They're telling me that there are people out there that are worried about your well-being. People that are wondering what's going on. But in reality, I feel you are doing some soul searching. I feel that there is this need here to really find yourself, find your inner wisdom, find your inner power. You may be looking for divine guidance in a direction that you need to go. I feel you standing at that crossroads and you looking and being kind of like he kind of has a bewildered look on his face. And you're saying, I don't know what direction to go. What is the right direction? And I feel you're drawing upon that inner wisdom and you're seeking a higher power, some kind of intervention or something like that. You're seeking a higher power. You're seeking answers. But those answers, they lie deep within you. It's like you know what the answer is. You know what you need to do. And we have the World card. This is worldly knowledge. This is that cycle that keeps coming around. You might keep going round and round with somebody. That cosmic knowledge, you might even be spiritually in the spirit realm, like when you sleep or whatever. You know, there's astral travel. You might be meeting up with somebody that might be a distance from you. But I keep getting that you're closing out a certain cycle in your life. You're closing out some old patterns. You're kind of looking at your world here, and you're wondering, where do I go next? What do I do next? This phase of my life is ending. This phase of my life is closing. It's coming to a conclusion. But I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like that there is an event in your life that has changed everything. Changed your outlook on your world. And you're really examining things in April that is going to cause you to really go deep within. And with this triumph over lies, what I'm getting from this card is that I needed to take a really close look in the mirror, Aries. And through that mirror, you have this self-discovery that perhaps you have been deceiving or lying to yourself. Going through your world like there's what's the word I'm looking for? Going through your world, going through life, coasting. You've been coasting, you've been going with the flow. But you haven't let go. You've been going against the flow. Thank you, Spirit. They just corrected me. They said you've been going against the flow. And you've been struggling, and you just could not figure out why you were struggling so much. And, okay, this is a number one. This is also the Magician. You may have been manifesting yourself a false sense of security. Sometimes we manifest things that are not healthy for us. And the universe allows it to happen because when things don't work out, it is because the universe allowed us to go through it in order for us to learn and grow. But you're in a place where you are seeking a much deeper wisdom. And you are conquering the self-deception. In order to balance the scales with justice. Justice is being on the right path. It's making the right choices that are best for us. You making the right choice that is best for you. And I feel there's two different directions in which you can go. And in April, you're putting one option on one side of the scale, the other option on the other side of the scale. Which is heavier, which is lighter. I definitely get the strong sense that a decision has to be made in your life, a major decision here. We do have the Two of Wands here, which is that crossroads of making that choice, making that decision, evaluating things, making plans, taking a bird's eye view so that you could better see your options below. And birds, especially owls, they could be related to spirit. Giving you those messages, the messages coming to you. This sense of self-discovery and discovering your desires, your wants, what is best for you. No longer lying to yourself about anything. This is a card of honesty. And I feel that you are going to be need to be brutally honest with yourself. Lilith is the shadow. She represents the fear. She represents the darker side of ourselves. And I feel that Spirit, your guides are challenging you to acknowledge your fears, acknowledge your shortcomings, to face some, I'm hearing, hidden desires. It's like April, you're going to be faced with a deep fear, a lot of insecurities, uncertainties of what tomorrow brings. And that is very uncomfortable for you, Aries. Now in this deck, there's like this hose there that reminds me of a snake. So you might have to face that snake. It feels like you are dealing with head on with a snake here. Now the serpent, aka the snake, in the Bible often represents Satan. I'm not bringing Satanism into this. I'm just saying Satan is a liar. He's a deceiver, right? And again, this is those lies that you've been telling yourself. And coming face to face with them and overcoming them, conquering them, facing them head on. Okay? The Death card. This is a transformation. So I feel like in April, when you're facing your shadow side, it is a transformative time. You know, it's like the old you is dying, and this beautiful butterfly is emerging from its cocoon. And this is a transformation into something beautiful, a beautiful soul. In this particular death card, the character, she holds a mask, but it's in her hand. It's away from her face. So this is taking off the mask. This is becoming your true, authentic self. I told you guys this was going to be deep. But in April, you're going through a transformation. Because all the self-deception, the self-sabotage, and there is somebody around you, I feel, that feeds off of your energy. And this is a number 19. 19 is the Sun card. So the sun in this instance is talking about illumination, lighting something up. You know, the spotlight being on somebody that is a parasite, that feeds off your energy. And this could even be your darker side, your shadow self, feeding off of your positive energy, which lowers your vibrations, which brings you down. And I'm feeling like being a 10 is a cycle coming to a close. And 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune, which we do have over here that fell off the desk. So there is this great change that is happening within you and within your world. But when you let things fester inside, when you let some hurt of the past, pain of the past, you know, negative people, negative energy, you keep that inside, that energy becomes a parasite and it feeds off of you. And you lack that enthusiasm, you lack that self-confidence. You question who you really are. And the High Priestess energy. She talks about that intuition, that inner knowing. Again, that's that thing that is hidden. You hide this aspect of yourself from those around you. You don't acknowledge it. It kind of going along with the Merlin energy, that going within, that seeking answers, that I'm hearing bringing it out on the surface. Bringing it out bringing it up to the surface so that you can face it, so that you can overcome it. Then we have over here, we have a lot of cards to go through over here. We have Bridget, you are a healer. I think that this is coming out as healing of self. You are a healer of yourself. By facing this shadow here, you know, you're going within, seeking that inner wisdom to face that shadow, on how you go about facing that shadow, overcoming the self-deception, overcoming the self-doubt, overcoming the negative energy, so you could close this cycle out, so you can move forward in a more positive direction. This is you. By you doing this, is facing the shadow, you are healing yourself. And this could even be correlation to past life energies as well. Maybe something that you're not aware of. And we have the Hierophant card. This is having that faith. This is a higher power at work and being very committed. Aries, when you commit, you commit. Okay? When your whole heart's in it, you're truly committed. And I feel like that this is about making a commitment to yourself. Fives bring about change. They're challenges, they're conflicts. And I feel that you are finding it challenging to commit energy to yourself. Commit that healing energy. For some of you, you could be dealing with some kind of higher level commitment that you've been in. Or maybe you've been running from a commitment. Running from a commitment because of fear, doubt, lack of motivation, lack of courage, and a lack of confidence. With the Empress, this is you finding your power. This is you finding that confidence, feeling abundant. So this is positive, the way that things are progressing through this, and the way things progress through April. And I feel that this nurturing is all about being nurturing to self. This is a very loving energy. Some of you, through your spiritual faith, may be connecting to a mother spirit on the other side. Just saying, that's not for everybody. But April is a turning point with the Wheel of Fortune. A turning point in your life where everything is going to change. Again, it's a number 10. This is closing out a cycle. Something is ending that is going to force you to deal with some insecurities. It's going to force you to deal with the shadow side, deal with those fears. And you're going to be questioning with the new person that emerges out of this. You're going to be thinking, is this really me? Yes, it is you, Aries. You're emerging as this new creature. You have this new sense of hope happening here. For the first time in a long time, you're going to be able to make some plans. You're going to be enthusiastic about what tomorrow brings, not fearing what tomorrow brings. So you've got a lot of shadow work that you are doing this month. And it's almost like you're going to feel like you're dreaming. You're going to have to pinch yourself. Is this reality? Is this my life? Just how wonderful and how things are changing for you. Wow, this is very powerful, Aries. A new day is dawning, is what they're telling me. A new day is dawning. Okay, Aries, this is definitely a beautiful energy here. It is kind of scary that I mean, this whole center column is, a lot of dark energy there that's been buried and hidden deep within your psyche, deep within your soul and your spirit. But this is a month where you are ready to conquer it, ready to be brutally honest with yourself, that maybe you may have made some bad choices and decisions, that maybe you are heading down a dark path and it's time to turn around and go in another direction. It's time to shift gears. Okay, but these are the messages from your guides. Now let's go ahead and get into your horoscope spread. Wow. Okay, Aries. We are starting out with the Temperance card. Nine of Swords. The Tower. Five of Wands. Well, right away, Aries, I get this image of a battle going on that leaves destruction, that leaves upheavals, but again, that is like tearing down a false foundation, something that wasn't real, something like you may have been lying to yourself over a situation. Eight of Pentacles. The Empress. Page of Cups. Four of Cups. Justice. Page of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Swords. It definitely feels like that there's been some unfairness in this situation. It feels as though that maybe you feel like you've been treated unfairly. Under the deck, we have the Seven of Cups with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords. Okay, I definitely get this overall energy here of somebody spying, somebody watching your every move. Something is not comfortable here. Could be dealing with a water sign or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But there is a sense of confusion and a sense of, okay, they're telling me options. They're telling me assessing your, there seems to be like your emotions are all over the fucking place, Aries. They're all over the place. And you're trying to trust your intuition because there's something there that is telling you that something's just not quite right. And you're trying to put your finger on it. This Page of Swords is ready for battle. You might be ready for battle. This is an emotional battle. There seems to be an element of, don't shoot the messenger, but a lack of maturity. Words being said, not kind of like in the heat of the moment. Words being said for the sole purpose of hurting another. It's like I want them to bleed and hurt just as I have. But I also see you researching your options in April. You know, we have the Justice card up here, and we had Justice in the other spread. You know, that sense of truth. Facing the truth, facing the music. You know, that sense of reality that maybe, like saying to yourself, I've been living a lie this whole time. This was not real. Type of energy you're telling yourself. There's this sense of fantasy land. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into these. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is your ego self. The energy that you are in is the Temperance. Temperance talks about moderation. On the other side of the fence could be a lack of self-control. Some of you, you might be in a situation that you feel that you are the peacekeeper. You're trying to make peace with somebody, or you're trying to... You're looking for a fulfillment here. In search of something that you felt that you were lacking in. This Temperance is... Okay, they're saying that you have been very patient. Patiently waiting for the time for you to make your move. But in the process, I think what's held you back is some sense of anxiety and fear. There's this fear of, I think, money and your physical world. You could be dealing with somebody that is causing some drama. You know, this reading, feel free to switch it, reverse it, twist it. Because this is not going to resonate with everybody, but I almost see jail. You know, worried about jail time. Maybe not for yourself, maybe it's for somebody close to you. Or maybe maybe not jail, maybe you're afraid of, worried over a court hearing that you're afraid is not going to go in your favor or not going to go your way. Just saying. But there seems to be these sleepless nights, these racing thoughts here. You're really being caught up in your head. There seems to be a lack of sleep, absolutely. A lack of self-care with the Empress card here. Some of you might be a mother, or you might be dealing with a mother. That involves children as well. But this just is kind of reminding me very unhappy with life with the Four of Cups here. These two mirror each other. And I feel like, I want to say that the grass isn't greener on the other side, whether this is your energy or somebody you're dealing with. But there's a situation about a decision that was made, a sudden decision, a spur of the moment, out of the blue, not very well thought out, by the way, that caused this major disruption. There's like communications being cut off, major disruption. But now that you have created a scenario, went after something that you wanted, you were patiently waiting and scheming and planning things out. Now that you're there, there's a sense, a lack of luster. It's like I'm hearing not all that glitters is gold. Okay? Not all that glitters is gold. But, there's this Mercury sense here. This explosive conversation, heated conversations, probably arguments that might have led to the police being called or some kind of legal issue. Okay? And I'm feeling like, well, that's exactly what this is. This was this burst of energy, this sudden argument that went bad. That's the only way I could put it. But in a way, this was an argument that had to happen. This was a situation that was divinely orchestrated. Because in your home life was in turmoil. Your home life seemed to be like total chaos. A lot of fighting, arguing, bickering. Competitiveness. Strife and jealousy. All that negative energy within your home could not be contained. And there was a big outburst, a big major blowout, a big major fight. Now, for some of you, this has, you could be anywhere on this timeline. For some of you, this has already happened. For others, it is yet to come. Okay? That's something else I want to point out. You could be anywhere on the timeline. But I'm just kind of showing you the energies for April. It's showing some history or some future things. Take it as it resonates. But there's a lot of turmoil, and this explosion has to happen. Somebody lost their shit. I mean, really blew their stack. Now, with his Eight of Pentacles, it's almost like you're working on your money right now. Because back in this house here, this is the second house, the house of things that you value and your finances, your physical possessions. You are definitely worried about that, but you, over here in your pleasures, there seems to be a lack of pleasure. Working for some kind of cause, for some kind of sense of stability. There is a, and this actually square each other. So there is some friction here. There is a cause of a concern. I do feel some financial restrictions. This could also be involving, this is also the house of children. It's pleasures, it's your children, things that you do for fun. But I just see you working. Maybe you're trying to work on bringing about some stability for your children, because we also have the Empress card here. The Empress card trying to do what's best. Mother knows best. Okay, that I just heard that. Mother knows best regarding her children. But for some others of you, doesn't matter masculine or feminine, that you are trying to do what is best. I feel like there is this need to take care of self. I am not trained medically to give any kind of diagnosis or anything, but I could give you messages from Spirit that's saying, go get a checkup. There might be some feminine health related issue. And I'm going to put this out there now. Somebody could be pregnant. Just saying. Somebody could be pregnant. And this might be unwanted news, because there's news in your reputation, some sort of news coming out. And I feel that, this could be an unwanted pregnancy. Something totally unplanned. That could also be a shock when this is communicated and gets out there. It's going to affect your reputation. I don't know what this is about, Aries, but there could be a pregnancy somewhere. That's going to be a shock. That may require you to step up to the plate. I feel like you want to do the right thing in regards to this. But there is a major life change, a life decision. Remember earlier when I was talking about the butterfly coming out from the cocoon, that could be a birth of a child as well. Your life changing in a major way. That's not for everybody, because there's some people that can't have children anymore. But that is for some. Others, this is you needed to take care of your health. This is you, your everyday routine being nurturing and loving. Needing to incorporate some self-care, some me time in your daily routine. But we do have a blossoming new prospect coming in your relationships house. Possibly a new partnership or a new romance, something brand new. That kind of brings out the child in you, the innocent child in you, makes you feel youthful again. And it's like they mirror you. You're finding your counterpart. For others of you, this could be involving some sense of apology, because these two mirror each other. Some sense of apology to try to bring about peace within this connection. And I'm hearing maybe for the sake of the children, if you have children with this person. For others of you, it might be the child within, to bring peace to that child within that might be tormented. Again, going through and facing that dark side, that shadow side. Overcoming those fears, those self-doubts. And being brutally honest with yourself. I mean, this is a situation in April that requires total, brutal honesty. no matter how much it hurts. I'm hearing rip off the Band-Aid. Just rip it off so that you can start healing. Now, in the 8th house, the 8th house represents death. It represents law and order. And it could actually represent sexual activity. Sometimes it represents a sense of loss. And being in the 8th house, this might be part of the shadow that you need to face in April, about facing an opportunity. Maybe there is facing regrets and remorse, like as in a missed opportunity. You may feel like that you've missed out on something, that you may have made a mistake, you may have fucked up, okay? You may feel like that you missed an opportunity. And there seems to be this chance of it coming back around to you, revisiting. And you're in this position of making a decision. You're weighing the pros and cons. Do I go for this? Do I accept this cup this time around? I know I should have accepted it way back when, but here it is again. What should I do? What do I do with this? And this is about you trying to make that decision for yourself. This is also a card of karma. The 9th house deals with spirituality, education. Okay? The 9th house also is long-term travel. Okay? Long-distance travel. But I'm not feeling travel here. There's nothing here about traveling. This is all about, I feel like a lot of inner work. But this is making a decision. And there seems to be some karmic connection that you have with somebody. And now it's coming back around. This could be a twin flame or a soulmate connection here. And my definition of twin flame is not one soul splitting, but two souls that are born at the same time that mirror each other. Because you still keep your individuality, but you kind of mirror each other. And it's kind of what I'm picking up here. And usually we have and other things that are said about twin flames that I agree with. I don't agree with the soul splitting. I agree with two separate souls that just mirror each other. Okay? That's what I feel a twin flame is. That's my definition. And you have the runner and you have the chaser. You have somebody that runs from the connection, and you may try to chase after it. You may try to pursue it. But as soon as you take your attention off of them, they're like, oh, where's my Aries? What's happening here? I don't feel them anymore. And the tables kind of switch and flip, and they start chasing after you to find out what's going on. Kind of like this Page of Swords energy, spying on each other. Okay? What's the other one doing? And flipping roles. But then you flip these roles because every time you flip a role, you have a lesson to learn. You evolve as your soul, and you grow. And then you raise your vibrations. And then when your vibrations kind of match, then you're magnetized. And you come together. Now, we don't meet our twin flame, just like a certain soulmates, on every lifetime. Okay? But I do feel that there is a twin here in this lifetime. And in your career, your work, your reputation, you do have this very much enthusiasm about your career, about your work. You are an excellent communicator. And being a page, and by the way, we have 3 pages here, which screams children, by the way. But 3 pages represents a new direction. You may be going down the path, but kind of shifting gears, kind of like merging onto another pathway. It's like that merger when you're going down a highway and then you see the road sign up ahead to go to such and such a city, merge left, or go to the other city, merge right, or your GPS is saying stay in the left lane or stay in the middle lane. It's like, okay, you're approaching that. Are you going to stay in that middle lane and keep on going, or are you going to merge onto another path? That's kind of what I see when I see multiple pages here. I kind of see that merging onto a new path, something that is more emotionally fulfilling, something that brings excitement to your life, okay, and something which requires you cutting another path off. That sudden decision that it's, some of you are trying to revisit your childhood. I don't know who that is, but there is this shift in energy. You did have that Wheel of Fortune come up, and the Wheel of Fortune energy twice. So you are evolving as a soul. You are learning life lessons, and there is a big change. And you seem to attract friends and groups that are very much deeply rooted. You might be attracting some friends that have some money, finances. You could be reconnecting with family members that you may have been estranged from for whatever reason. But I feel friends and family that you may have been estranged from, that you have a deep, deep history with, you could be reconnecting with them. And the reason why, what is making this possible to reconnect to them is this tower, this explosion, this sudden change. I mean, this burst of energy. This is a shocking. The tower doesn't always have to be negative. You know, people get scared, and when they see the tower, they say, oh, fuck. What the fuck is this? Oh, my God. And there's this panic. And it's kind of what I get here, this panic be over this tower moment. But in reality, it is a release to make you grow and move forward in a positive direction. Make your soul evolve and level up. This is letting a false foundation crumble so that you can rebuild something solid here with this Ten of Pentacles. You are going to build something better. You are going to level up. Okay? And in your 12th house is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a sense of defeat. It is self-sabotaging. Underneath the surface, subconsciously, you may have been self-sabotaging yourself. You know, in the beginning, I was talking about that self-deception, that lies. And then we had that mirror card that said, basically, overcoming lies. Okay? That's what this is. No more self-deception. Okay? You may need to keep your ego in check. But subconsciously, you've been mentally conflicted over this for a while now. It trines the Five of Wands. So these two cards work hand in hand together. That inner conflict. That struggle with not being happy. Because we have like a grand trine here. The grand trine is Five of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Four of Cups. You knew you were not happy where you were, but you did not know how to go about changing things. You've been struggling underneath the surface, mentally conflicted, maybe even scheming and planning behind the scenes and not telling anybody, coming up with a secret plan that, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, it may have been less than ethical. But there's been a lot of conflicts within your home and within yourself, not truly being happy. So this explosion had to happen in order to make way for you to make the necessary changes in your life. Okay? Now, I was going to get this deck and draw a couple cards. And the card that was staring me straight in the face, I was going to get this card for you, is truth. You know, the truth coming out. And this is about being truthful with yourself. Because even, you may, like I keep hearing the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Okay? Power. You know, there is power in truth. Holy fuck. Okay? There is power in truth. I can't make this shit up. Okay? So this is a powerful truth. This is definitely reminding me of this Tower energy. Very powerful change. Explosive change. But I am going to leave your reading at that. I know this is probably going to be a long one. I can imagine when I go and edit how long this video is going to be. But Spirit had a lot of things to say to you. You have a lot of work to do on yourself this month because you're dealing with a lot of changes that is happening around you. But I love each and every one of you. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share, and comment. And I will see you guys in the next video. Blessed be.